I ain't done with this LIL Durk shit. I've got that in custom first 10 seconds. Now they ain't even gonna monetize the video. It don't even matter. You know what? It don't even matter, man. Cause this video ain't about money. This video ain't even about money, man. Cause y'all dudes. I just had a dude in the comments tell me he gonna stop following me. Because I know more about law than that. Yeah, I just had a dude say he gonna stop following me because he don't understand that you can't snitch. So Durk, if Durk's snitching, right? Is anything that Durk is saying or Durk lawyer is saying, I mean, gonna get Vonnie time? Or did Vonnie already plead guilty? Like, yo, somebody please tell me, man. Like, yo, these people is insane, man. I'm ready to stop talking to them because I realized a lot of these guys ain't never been through nothing. Like, motherfuckers quote petty ass cases. And think they know law and shit. Nigga ain't never caught no real case. Yo, in previous times, right? Y'all know. Hold up. I gotta put this phone on the charger. You know, I called out the lawyers, but I appreciate the lawyers now. I appreciate the lawyers that's on this internet because they setting the record straight. This is why I told y'all Trap Lord Ross don't need to be in court. This is why I said it. Y'all remember I said they need to kick Trap Lord Ross out of court? This is why, y'all. They won a trial. It shows that what I was saying was correct. He don't need to be there. He the one started pushing this fucking lie. He don't need to be there, man. What's up, Cam? Niggas out here pushing lies, man. Ain't never been in trouble. He ain't even from the States. And people over this bitch agreeing with him. Man, hold on, let me get my my ring light. Niggas gonna say and tell me, yo, when I quote my case, man, my lawyer went over strategy. What kind of case you caught, Sean? What was your case? Can I Google it? Is your case Googleable? Is that a word? Is Googleable a word? Nigga talking about when he caught his case. I should be look this case up that you talking about, man. We ain't talking about no petty motherfucking case. Yo, we talking about cases where your nigga life is on the line. We talking about a case where if you get found guilty, you never stay in the streets again. Man, if you ain't never been through that motherfucker, you ain't never been through that, sit the fuck on the sideline, man. If you don't know about how shit go. Man, when nigga life on the line, all bets is off. You understand? Yo, we not talking about a nigga talking to the prosecutors. Durk is not snitching to the prosecutors. Durk team is trying to create reasonable doubt to the jurors. Do people understand that? Snitching is done to the police. Snitching is done to the prosecution. Durk defense team is creating reasonable doubt to the jurors. People, it's a simple concept. It's like everybody want to call somebody a rat. It's really that simple. You got Vonnie taking the stand saying he did everything, but Durk paid me. You got Durk team saying maybe he did do everything, but I ain't got shit to do with that shit. But he telling. Man, niggas is crazy, yo. Let me read this comment. Highway traffic, what it do? Cause it's the shit that pissed me off. I gotta get in the shower. I got shit I gotta do. And this nigga gonna say, Jarrell's only. You saying if you're paying your lawyers money to fight your case, they don't talk to you about strategy? What? Are you serious? I'm not even rich. And when I quote my case, they ask me what happened. It's up to me if I disclose information. And then they say how they can beat the charge by telling me the angle they're gonna come. I'm really about. So look, yo, this nigga is. Listen to this. This is how people lack comprehension skills. He say, "Are you serious? I'm not even rich." And when I fought my case, they asked me what happened. Then they say how they can beat the charge by telling me the angle they're gonna come. Yo, that's not you telling them. Like, it's literally people on the internet saying that Durk was supposed to tell his defense team, no, I don't like this angle. Yo, that shit sounds fucking foolish. What the fuck is you paying him for? Yo, that is the best angle to go. Like, yo, remember y'all, this the same Fallout man Byron Blake had. I keep mentioning that because I told y'all he was wrong back then. And people, you know, for some reason he thought he was right. Yo, you don't snitch through your lawyer. Snitching is done in interrogation rooms. Snitching is done in proffer hearings. Snitching is done that way. A lawyer trying to create reasonable doubt for a defendant isn't snitching. And it's aggravating, yo, that this, I didn't know people didn't know this. Like, the amount of people that don't know this is alarming. Like, yo, for real, like, yo, that shit is crazy. Like, yo, that shit is fucking crazy, yo. Yo, Vonnie is trying to take Durk down with him. Vonnie admitted guilt. He trying to take Durk down with him. Durk saying, man, I ain't got nothing to do with none of that shit. But he telling on Vonnie. Yo, make that shit make sense. Vonnie is telling on Vonnie. Yo, they getting out of control with this shit, man. Vonnie is telling on Vonnie. Nobody else. He told on himself. Durk just saying, I don't know nothing about that shit. Basically, that's what he's saying. Maybe he did do it. Did he say he did it? He told y'all that he did this, and this. I'm saying maybe he did. But the part where he mentioned me, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. If you ain't got no proof to back it up, you can't say I did anything. And Vonnie driving to the house that Durk was staying, and then the feds lied again. They lied again that Vonnie and Lord Durk was on some private plane and they flew to California. That was a lie. Durk lived in California. That's what I be telling y'all. Another side note, they keep believing the federal government and keep pushing their fucking lies. They lie, man. That's why their conviction rate high. Getting aggravated with the internet, man. Shit is fucking disgusting, y'all. Then you got dumbass niggas like him. I'm gonna stop following you and he wrong. You gonna stop following me because you wrong and you don't understand law. You didn't help your lawyer with no motherfucker. they said they discussed strategy, then told me. No, what people on the internet are saying is Durk supposed to told them what to say. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Man, if you was my client, I'd have dropped you. You put any input. If I tell you, yo, this is how we can beat the case, and you be like, I don't really like that strategy. You know what? Then go get another motherfucking lawyer then. And I ain't giving you no refund back, bitch. Cause you fucking stupid. You gonna spend the rest of your life in prison. Niggas is crazy. That's why I'm glad the lawyers spoke. I'm glad the lawyers, for the first time ever, that the lawyers is setting the record straight. Cause you got niggas like him talking crazy.
Look, I don't want to hear nothing. They're just blamed everything on Vonnie. Vonnie is the only one that want to slide for Von. Why? Because that's his best friend. He booked the flights. He did this. He did that. Hey, listen. You dealing with some Chicago slime ball ass niggas. I don't care what y'all talking about. Vonnie was never Durk homie. Guess what? Them niggas all congregated, came together, and said, fuck it. This the only way we gonna get Durk home. The only way we gonna get home is we blame it on this outside nigga. He's not a member. He never was a member. This was Von, homie, best friend since they was kids or whatever. He brought him around. Never one of them niggas owned each other loyalty. All them niggas was fake. So guess what the slime ball niggas do? We gonna get Durk home. Fuck it. Let's put it on the weakest link. Let's put it on the Goofy. The Goofy did that. He did that.
Look, loud and wrong. Yo, ain't nobody put anything on him. He put it on him. He put it, though. Do people not understand that Vonnie pled guilty? Do people understand what a guilty plea means? He pled guilty with hopes to get a deal pending his cooperation. The way he gets the deal is he implicates Durk in the murder. Durk saying, hold up. Nigga, I ain't do shit. You did it. Ain't that what you said? But he a snitch for that. Like, yo, niggas be sounding crazy, man. Niggas be sounding crazy, man.
From Ross, I gotta talk to Ross. This is not a story. Durk did not just blame everything on this headline and this tweet from Ross. I gotta talk to Ross. This is not a story. Durk did not just blame everything on Vonnie. What the fuck? Vonnie got picked up by cops, admitted to everything, admitted to getting the cars, arranging the flights, admitted to getting the guns, buying the ski masks, admitted to getting Sprinter vans and taking everybody around. And then he said, I did all of it while facing life in prison. I did all of it because Durk Banks paid me to do it. And now Durk Banks is in court saying, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And to put out a headline that says, oh, Durk just blamed everything on Vonnie, what the fuck? No. Putting that out, what the fuck? This headline.
Durk would have been snitching if Durk would have said, yeah, that is what happened. That would have been snitching. If Durk would have said, yup, I did pay Vonnie, then Durk would be a rat. He ain't say none of that. What you mean? Durk ain't say nothing. Yo, Durk ain't make no statements, y'all. Like, yo, people are there. That's amazing to me, the amount of people that been in the streets and don't know law, yo. Niggas need to get out the streets. Yo, because if you in the streets, yo, you have to understand at least this is basic elements of law. Like, this is basic. Like, this don't take no fucking higher learning and education. Vonnie said he did it, but Durk paid him. Durk saying maybe Vonnie did do it, but I ain't pay him shit. How the fuck is that snitching? Let me go to another lawyer. Because obviously street niggas, they don't get it.
In this tweet.
What's up?
Opening statements.
All right, man.
Okay, let's talk about LIL Durk update. Here's what's interesting about this case is the headlines today are Durk snitches on Vonnie, which me personally, I'm sure there's a lot of snitch experts out there. I've been doing this for 30 years, so I think I know a snitch or two. Did you like that, Jackson?
Snitch around and find out.
Snitch around and find out. Long story short is, what they're saying is Durk is essentially blaming everything on Vonnie. He's essentially snitching on the snitch. which to me doesn't make any sense. This
Don't
guy
make-
Bonnie went in. I guess he was Dirk's right hand
It makes
man.
zero sense, y'all. Like, that shit makes absolutely positively zero sense. I can't believe there's this many people fucking repeating that shit. That's why I told y'all for days now, Trap Lil Ross need to be kicked out the fucking courtroom. He don't understand law. He don't understand law. Yo, this is not a new rule, bro. This is not nothing new. I caught my case in 2006. This ain't new. Niggas just never had no... Niggas ain't never fought no murders, man. That's all. Niggas ain't fought real cases. Niggas ain't fought cases where your life is on the line and you got co-defendants making statements. That's all it is. This ain't new. Like I told y'all, in my case, 2 co-defendants was talking. Me and my cousin, we ain't say nothing. If we would have went to court and had to fight against those guys' statements, my lawyer would have said maybe they did do it, but my client wasn't there. That ain't me telling. I ain't tell that shit to the fucking... I ain't say shit to the fucking prosecutors. I ain't say shit to the motherfucking detectives. But now we're trying to convince the jury that I'm not guilty. Say, like, yo, y'all act like the state is going to abandon their theory. They're not abandoning their theory. They're still trying to... Yo, everybody got a case to prove. The prosecution is trying to prove that Durk knew about this. The defense is trying to prove that Durk didn't know about this. The only way you can prove that Durk didn't know about this is to use Vonnie and his guilty plea and to prove that they can't tie my client to him because there's no proof that my client paid him. There's no proof that my client told him to do anything. Only thing we got proof of for certain is Vonnie booked the flights because Vonnie said it. Vonnie bought the ski mask because Vonnie said it. Vonnie bought the guns because Vonnie said it. That's it. Like, y'all aggravate me. Y'all give me a fucking headache. I'm supposed to be getting in the shower, getting ready for bed, but yet I can't go to sleep with this type of shit floating around the internet.
And he went in and spilled his guts, said that he bought tickets, he drove around with these guys, took pictures with them, showed them where to go, bought the guns, all these other allegations that he admitted to. But he says, but Durk made me do it. And Durk and trial is saying, hey, I don't know what this guy's talking about. He takes the blame for all this stuff because rightfully so, that's what he did. I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't pay anybody. I didn't tell him to do that. That was none of my business what was going on with this guy, Vonnie. That's what he's saying. So in my book, that's not a snitch. But
it's not a snitch in no book. You know, in a book of fucking common sense, that ain't no stuff. Yo, people crazy. Man, that shit crazy. Same conversation I had with the other YouTuber. Same shit about Big 30. Yo, you can't snitch through your lawyer, y'all. Stop letting niggas tell you that, man. Your lawyer ain't running down their whole strategy, y'all. So what? All right, yo. So what should Durk defense be? What should his defense be? You got all these guys saying that you paid me, that you paid us, or you enticed us for this murder. What is his defense? If I can't use his statements against him to paint him out to be the top dog, then what the fuck do I say? Yo, for the people that think that, what do you say? How do you defend yourself? He may well just go on that bitch and say, fuck it, I did do it. He may as well go on that bitch and say, I ain't never been on steel side. He may as well go on over that bitch and say, yo, I did do it. I did it. I did it. James saying I did it. Vonnie saying I did it. I did it. I paid them. Lock me up. That's what it's like, yo, that's what y'all want him to say, y'all. That'd be him not snitching and keeping it silent. No, yo. Yo, it's a fight. We trying to prove a case. We try to create reasonable doubt. It's evidence. So the only way we create reasonable doubt with the evidence that's presented is if we turn it on this guy that admitted to everything. That ain't fucking snitching, man. People crazy, man. Man, people crazy, man.
Like I said, there's going to be experts out there, non-lawyers, jailhouse lawyers, all these guys that are going to say, this is what constitutes a snitch and this isn't what a snitch is. Listen, this is going to be an interesting case. This is day one, really, of real deal evidence. We're going to start.
And wait till they get Jam on the stand. They're going to annihilate Jam on that stand. Like I told y'all. Why should I tell you? They're going to annihilate Jam on that motherfucking stand, man. That man sat down to people 30 times. Y'all don't think he got coerced? It take 30 times to get a statement together. That man got coerced, man. They told him what to say, man. And only 2 was recorded. He shouldn't be able to testify to no shit like that. That's the same thing they did in Diddy case. With Jane Doe. It don't take that many times to get a statement together. And what I tell y'all, rats give multiple statements. Remember, I've been saying that the whole trial. But I know you remember. Rats give multiple statements. You can't trust them niggas. Which one is the truth? Vonnie gave multiple. Vonnie sat down with him twice. Which one is the truth? I don't believe no snitch under indictment. I don't. What's up, Benji? I don't believe no rat under indictment. At all. But yeah, Trap Lil Ross started this bullshit. Look, now you got this fuck boy.
I did that. So Durk referencing what he already admitted to have done. How is that telling? The idea of telling is like your man didn't admit it. Vonnie already admitted, I did that.
All right. About time Academics must watch my live or something. Because I don't see too many other people loud telling the truth. Good thing he got it right. Yeah, Trap Lil Ross the one pushed that lie, man. That's why they need to get him kicked out the courtroom.
Now, interestingly enough, okay, they said that Lil Durk had an Amex account that had 4 different people with different credit cards under it. One of them was kind of like somebody that worked for him. Somebody was sort of like a business manager. One of them was his father and him. Now, they weren't booked on his specific.
It's the bloggers, yo. It's too many of them up there, man. It's the bloggers. They don't know what the fuck they talking about, man. Yeah, yo, they on some bullshit, Joe. That's why they don't need to be up there, man. They don't know what the fuck they talking about, yo. You're like, yo, just because you got means of transportation, yo, that don't mean you need to be in that bitch reporting on the case, yo. Like this is basic. This is basic knowledge of law, yo. Like, you don't need no fucking bachelor's or no master's degree to see what's going on right now. But then you got some of these people that just don't know what they're talking about. Then you got some of these people that has an agenda against Durk. Like a Trap Lil Ross. Trap Lil Ross wants Durk to die in prison. I don't know why. Like, this shit is crazy as a bitch. You done made probably hundreds of thousands of dollars off the nigga name. You feel me? But that's what he wants.
But they were booked on one of the cards that belonged to one of the peoples that worked for him.
Appreciate it, Joe.
All of the flights of all the hitmen was booked on Lil Durk's Amex account by a card that wasn't in his name, but it was a Amex account. His company isn't called OTF. It's got a different name. I won't reveal that name to you now, but it's got a name that you might expect for, like, a music company to kind of have, all right? It doesn't explicitly state what he's doing, but it's something sounds. It's obviously a musical company. Now, what's super messed up about this is literally they showed the Amex bank statements, and it showed the name of the person on the flight, where the flight was going to, the price, just all the details, when the flight was scheduled to happen, all on his Amex statement, all right? I didn't know they had that much interest. I ain't got Amex, so I don't know, all right? I don't do crime, but, you know, I guess it's a bit of a thing. But what was interesting was that they kind of leaked a few other pieces of information. They showed off his Amex card, so not only was that month the hitters' flights booked on that Amex account, but we also ended up seeing something very interesting. That month, he had apparently spent $150,000 plus on that one Amex account. And apparently he spent $6.7 thousand in Amiri that month. He'd spent $3,000 in Neiman Marcus, and there were a bunch.
What the fuck is he talking about? Like, whatever, yo.
Of other little small transactions that I guess all added up to a lot, but those were a couple of really big transactions that stood out. So he out here balling out, getting fits, you know what I'm saying, getting fly, getting dressed. They were going on private jets. They were taking a private jet from LA to Miami the day before the murders, or the day before the stalking actually started taking place. And it was just a lot of information was put across there. And obviously he allegedly said in a message, you know, don't book nothing on no flights connected to me. And unfortunately it seems like that advice wasn't followed. Now the defense said in their opening statement that they kind of like were planning to, you know, say, well, he said don't book no flights in relation to me, but they were actually booked, you know, in relation to him. So there ain't really nothing to hide. Well, it's kind of like, well, is that because there was nothing to hide, or was that because they was kind of dumb and they didn't do what they was told to do to book the flights on someone else's name?
Yo, his whole coverage is yo, it's biased as shit.
Okay, so one of the craziest things that we heard in court today, really. So one of the most ridiculous things. So another thing that came out in court today that was very interesting to do with. All right, outside the courthouse, we just got a very, very crazy update about some stuff that OTF Jam's going to say. And while I'm doing all this, we got the Free Durk Brigade out here. They do a little protest. I'm probably going to go and talk to them at some point soon. But I need to give you guys an update first, because apparently a new group chat is being introduced last minute. The defense are livid that this is being introduced. And basically this follows on from Jam apparently getting pressed in a bathroom at a music video shoot for The Block Is Hot. Apparently they're saying that Durk and others followed him into the bathroom and had a conversation with him about, you know, they were saying that he was involved in another murder in another situation, and that they was basically, you know, making it hot for OTF. Apparently it's been alleged that, you know, someone might have said to him in that interaction that they should get out of town. And then after all of that, Jam basically said that he texted a group chat that Durk was in saying he's noticed that he's been getting cut out since that day. And obviously we've heard testimony that Jam was
Oh, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. So Jam, niggas stopped fucking with Jam, cause Jam was moving crazy. Now that's why Jam telling. Okay. Now you see how I broke that down that fast? He in the courtroom and didn't even catch it, cause he don't deserve to be there. So Jam decided to work with the federal government, cause niggas they cut him off. You was doing too much, yo. You making shit hot. And then to turn around, you be the same motherfucker and that bitch cooperating. That's why they cut Jam bitch ass off. Jealousy.
He's saying some stuff like, you know, he was in group chats and they were saying, yeah, blood's about to snitch, clear as day. So Jam apparently knew that OTF were turning on him, and they basically, he said that, like, hey, ever since that day.
No, you see that? No, they didn't turn on him. They cut him off for being reckless. That's not turning on him. You see the words that he used? If you out here being reckless, and I be like, yo, you gotta calm that shit down, bro. And we start backing away from me, that's not me turning on you, yo. You turned on me. The fuck you talking about? You out this bitch ready to bring us all down. So I gotta back the fuck away from you, yo, till you get your shit right. What's up, Nene?
No guy's been acting different around me. Apparently Durk replied, look, I get it, but we can't do the Fed's job for them. We got to let them do their jobs. Basically low-key hinting that he knows that he's telling, but trying to downplay the situation. And then from there...
That's not what that said. That's not what he said. That's not what that meant. That meant, yo, you moving crazy. You gonna get us booked. That's what he meant, yo. We can't do the Fed's job for. You moving wild out this bitch. That's not him. You see how the federal government, you see what they do? They mischaracterize conversations intentionally. That's not, yo, we think you ratting. Fuck no, that's, yo, bro, you out here moving crazy, bro. You gonna get us booked. You gonna take us all down. So yeah, yo, we ain't fucking with you right now, bro.
Apparently, Jam said, I'll lay it out, gang. MS acting scared to be around me. Guys act like they don't F with me since that day when he got pressed in the bathroom. Apparently, Durk told him, I'm with you 1,000%. Use your head. We ain't helping them people do their job. And then Jam basically said, I got you on my son.
Use your head. You ain't looking at this the right way. Use your head, bro. You don't see what I'm saying to you? You're moving wild. Tighten up. Basically, that was Durk was telling Jam to tighten up. That's it. Make it simple.
And then apparently there was another crazy back and forth where Jam was apparently in response to this whole thing with Lamron Richo and what was going on with all of that. I'm seeing something crazy going on behind me, I ain't gonna lie. But basically, like Jam was basically offering when Durk said, hey, I got him out, multiple ski masks hunting you, blood. Like he was saying that to Lamron Richo. Apparently Jam offered and basically said, hey, I'm down to hunt them. I just need a couple cars to get the job done. He said, I need a few cars to squash the beef with them. Apparently Durk doesn't reply. Jam then replies to a Durk story post where he's sharing.
Look, so now I'm gonna tell you what's going on now. Now, Jam is trying to do anything to get back. Now it's all making sense why he said, I felt pressured. So now, Durk and them ain't fucking with Jam. Jam is trying to do anything to get back in their good graces. Look, I'll hunt him down for you. Durk no reply. Durk no reply. Yo, you get you're a liability, bro. You're a liability, my nigga. And it was proven he is a liability. So Jam did all this bullshit because niggas cut him off, y'all. Dirty, that's a dirty dude right here, y'all. Niggas cut you off, yo, and this your get back. Niggas ain't even try to do nothing to you. Nigga could have knocked you up. Niggas let him go the easy way. And his get back is to fucking start cooperating on niggas. Jam was a hater. Just like I said he was. He was a hater. And I can't wait until he get on that stand and get exposed.
Some of his music, he replies saying drop, and Durk says I'm ready on Pluto. Now the defense is saying that the feds are trying to make it look like that, you know, Jam was saying drop me them sliders, Durk's ready to slide on Pluto, but they're saying no, he's talking about music. No. They're saying there's another message there.
He is talking about music. Obviously he's not even fucking with him. You see what I'm saying? The feds is painting a false narrative. He was talking about music. Because he ain't fucking with him no more. You had. You gonna get us booked. He tried to hit Durk about hunting some dudes down, no response. He see Durk drops a song, he say he ready, he say drop, but not dropping no bag or no, we talking about dropping music, man.
Says incriminating. Where he's sharing some of his music, he replies saying drop, and Durk says I'm ready on Pluto. Now the defense is saying that the feds are trying to, he said I need a few cars to squash the beef with them. Apparently Durk doesn't reply. Jam then replies to a Durk story post where he's sharing some of his music. He replies saying drop, and Durk says I'm ready on Pluto. Now the defense is saying that the feds are trying to make it look like that, you know, Jam was saying drop me them sliders, Durk's ready to slide on Pluto, but they're saying no, he's talking about music. They're saying there's another message they're trying to say.
Listen how he's talking about it. Yo, that is what they is saying. Like, yo, that is what they is saying. If you listen to the conversation in context and put it all together, Durk posted a snippet from his music. Jam replies to the story post. Let's do it again.
He replies saying, Jam was apparently in response to this whole thing with Lamron Richo and what was going on with all of that. I'm seeing something crazy going on behind me, I ain't gonna lie. But basically, like Jam was basically offering when Durk said, hey, I got him out, multiple ski masks hunting you, blood. Like he was saying that to Lamron Richo. Apparently Jam offered and basically said, hey, I'm down to hunt them. I just need a couple cars to get the job done. He said, I need a few cars to squash the beef with them. Apparently Durk doesn't reply. Jam then replies to a Durk story post where he's sharing some of his music. He replies saying drop, and Durk says, I'm ready on Pluto. Now the defense...
So Jam replies to the story post where Durk is sharing his music. Jam says, drop. Durk says, I'm ready on Pluto. The feds is trying to connect all that together. and basically say Durk was ready to drop a bag on Lamar and Richie. Yo, but that's not what that conversation implied. They was talking about music. He replied to a story post about music. It's obvious he wasn't fucking with him on the Lamar or Richie shit. Fed's dirty, y'all. That's why I don't believe nothing that come out of him.
The crazy back and forth where Jam was apparently in response to this whole thing with Lamron Richo and what was going on with all of that. I'm seeing something crazy going on behind me, I ain't gonna lie. But even before we get about music, they're saying there's another message they're trying to say is incriminating, but he's really talking about a celebrity boxing match. Everybody's anticipating this Jam testimony being absolutely crazy. I think it is going to be absolutely crazy when it does happen. But
look, yo, he think it's a game. Yo, like, this is not a game. It's not gonna be absolutely crazy, y'all. It's like, yo, use some better word. Absolutely crazy implies like it's gonna be like fireworks. Like it's gonna be exciting. No, yo, ain't shit exciting about this shit, man. John Ray go on that stand and get fucking exposed. Now, if that's absolutely crazy to you, then hey, have at it. But I don't see nothing absolutely crazy about it. You got a guy that was mad that niggas cut him off. Yo was mad that niggas cut him off because he was reckless. What I tell y'all about snitches, they lack accountability. Prime example. We always got these examples. Jam lacked accountability. How you gonna get mad because you reckless and niggas cut you off? How you get mad about that? You couldn't sit back and think like, yo, I had been moving wild. I had been moving wild. My man is a fucking multi-millionaire. You know, he might can see billions. And I am moving out this bitch like we still in the hood. Broke. Now let me tighten up. Let me tighten up and get back with my guys. No, he don't do that though. He said, you know what? I'm going to snitch on these niggas. I'm going to try to take everybody down. Jam a bitch.
We get to it. Man, we just saw some really horrific. I cannot believe what Lil Durk's defense is. We have just heard his defense make their opening statements, and I'm not going to lie.
It wasn't cool. Obviously, it wasn't cool, Donnie. It wasn't cool because they cut him off for being reckless. So it wasn't cool when he was the muscle. No, it wasn't. If it was cool when he was the muscle, they'd never cut him off.
I'm absolutely floored. You know what they're trying to do? They're blaming it all on Vonnie. Now, I don't know if people are going to go as far as to say that he telling on Vonnie, but he basically is blaming everything on Vonnie. They're basically making this whole case. They showed the entire opening statement, right? Bear in mind that the prosecution, they showed various pictures, videos, still images of multiple attempts on Quando's life, the actual murder of Lil Pab, the footage of that, footage from Durk's music videos, footage from apparently still images of them when they tried to kill Quando in Waycross, Georgia. It was a whole presentation. When the defense were up there, they basically showed only a couple pictures, and the one picture they showed the whole time was just a picture of Vonnie with King Von. They said it's all Vonnie. Vonnie was King Von's cousin. They said his nickname was Cuz because he was King Von's cousin. His whole identity was based around the fact that he was King Von's cousin, and he was the only one pushing the slide for Von. They're all literally directly pointing the finger at Vonnie.
I seen him. He out of place too. He out of place. Need to take his ass home. You know what I mean? I see that side study. Yeah, but I wanted to get to this part, yo, because this is why I told y'all Trap Lil Ross doesn't need to be in court. He don't need to be there, y'all. Trap Lil Ross, dumbass.
Vonnie's admitting to the government that he did it. He's turned snitch to try and save himself. Durk had nothing to do with it. They're saying that Vonnie had the most to gain by sliding for Von. They're saying that Vonnie was the guy that was driving the Hellcat away from the scene when King Von got shot. They're saying Vonnie tried to speed King Von to the hospital the day that he died. They down there said Vonnie was holding King Von in his arms, telling him he loved him before he took him to the hospital the last time they ever spoke. They basically said that it was Vonnie that has the motive.
Vonnie said it was Vonnie. It does, to me, it does sound like Vonnie had the motive. That's what it sounds like. He said it. Shit. Who am I to not believe him? The fuck you mean? Yeah, if he said it, I would be a fool not to say he didn't say it. The fuck I look like? Nigga, if you saying you did it, yeah, nigga, you did it. The fuck? Why would I disagree? Only thing I disagree is I ain't paid you shit. The fuck you talking about? I ain't give you a goddamn thing. Don't try to take me down because you going down. Because all the evidence point to you. The fuck you made? Oh, nigga, yeah, you did that shit. What you talking about? Hey, y'all tripping. That ain't telling, man. That's good lawyer work, man. That's good lawyer work. Oh, man, these the stale ones. Hate when I get a whole stale pack. Yeah, Durk ain't make no statements, man. Traveler Ross pushed that lie, y'all. And now people repeating it. Yeah, we might gotta just like refute all Trap Lord Ross videos. Yeah, man, I think that's the only option. We gotta refute all his videos every time he upload one. Every time he upload a video, I'm uploading a video refuting his until he get it right. Straight up, yo, cause he is dangerous. He's over there pushing false narratives. He mad as shit that Durk got a defense. Like, I don't know, he just thought they was just gonna go there and lie down. Man, this nigga got $1 million defense team. They ready to put on the show. You heard me. They ready to put a motherfucking show on, man. Man, come on, y'all. I did that one time, bro. I don't be picking and choosing. I did that once, and then I came right back and apologized and said it'll never happen again. So we ain't gonna put that on me, yo. I don't pick and choose who rats and who not. I don't. Yeah, man. I do not do that. I call it like it is. Yo, I just understand. I've been on trial. I ain't gonna say I ain't been on trial, but I've been locked up for murder twice, bro. Like, I get it. I had co-defendants that made statements, bro. I had co-defendants that implicated themselves that put themselves on the scene. If it had went to trial, if it were my only defense would have been to say, shit, them niggas said they did it. Maybe they did. But the part where they mentioning me is a fucking lie. You know what I mean? The part where they mention me is a lie. Because I don't know nothing. I know y'all caught my time out Towson, bro. The old Towson. Not the new shit. I caught my time in 2006. 2000 motherfucking 6. Exactly, bro. Thank you. Top eye. Like, Durk would be telling it if Durk said, yeah, Vonnie's right. Vonnie right. I did pay for it. And he was involved. Then I could say, yeah, Durk telling like a bitch. He telling. But him just saying that, well, he ain't saying anything. His defense team using Vonnie's statements against the defense team is using Vonnie's statements to create reasonable doubt for Durk. That's the simplest way I can put it. If people don't understand it in that simple form, then I can't explain it no other way. That's what defense team did. They used Vonnie's statements to create reasonable doubt for Durk. It's that simple. It's not snitching. Nobody's going to jail off of what's going on. You know what I mean? Durk isn't sending anybody to jail. Now, if Durk would have said, yeah, yo, Vonnie did do all these things. I paid them. The people I paid was Dee, Boogie, Flocka, and Brown Eyes. Then yeah, Durk, he'd be a dirty rat. I'd be the first nigga on this bitch. I might shed a tear. God damn, Durk. It's the only fucking hope. Every we got to depend on Pooch Shiesty. But nah, yo, we ain't doing that, yo. The problem is there's too many people got voices and got, YouTube pages and don't know. They just don't know. Trap Lil Ross is biased. He has an agenda. Suddy Nash, he just all over the place. He just chasing views. You feel me? These academics has an agenda. 6ix9ine has an agenda. King Yella has an agenda. A lot of these guys have agendas, man. I don't have no agenda. My agenda is the truth. You feel me? If Durk told y'all, I would say he told y'all. I put that on everything. But this narrative of telling through the lawyer, yo, that's not reality, yo. You can't tell through your lawyer, yo, because the judge, whenever you give any kind of statements, whenever you admit guilt, the judge is going to ask, was you coerced into this? Are you on any drugs? Are you taking any medication? Are these your words? It have to come from you, not your defense attorney. Not for your defense attorney, man. Nah, yo, that shit don't work that way, yo. Yo, damn, we ain't had nobody call me Snoop Dogg in a while. Make sure you're here for September, yo. September starts White on White Crime Month on Keep It G News. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you tap in because September is going down. It's going down. Yeah, hell yeah. Yep. They use Whack to take down Big U and try to use Act to take down Durk. Straight up, yo. That shit's sad. It's sad that people don't even realize that shit. Oh yeah, White on White Crime Month is covered, nigga. What's today? 24th. We got about 6-7 days. We going live every day. I put it on every day. I don't fuck how tired I am. We going live every day the month of September when I get off work. Yo, Durk didn't make no statement, Donnie. Durk didn't make a statement, bro. Like, what is Durk's statement? Durk didn't make a statement, brother. Come on, Donnie. Like, yo, what do you mean? He didn't make a statement. Who did he make? Where's his Durk statement? Did Durk write anything and sign it? You know, because statements are signed. I didn't say he told his lawyer anything. I didn't say he told his lawyer nothing. You know, I don't even tell my lawyer the truth. Like, I never told my lawyer the truth about what happened. Fuck no, I don't trust lawyers like that. Like, I don't know. Durk didn't tell his lawyer anything. Like, you don't... Yo, a good lawyer isn't going to let you ruin their case, yo, by using your input. Like, you know, they probably ask you know, what you think of this, yo, but that's as far as it goes. Like, yo, these are high-profile attorneys, bro. They not... What? You ain't ready to tell me how to go about the case. Yeah, I know your life is on the line. Yeah, but my credibility is too. You know what I mean? If I beat this case, the fucking price goes up. I can't let you ruin that because you trying to... I don't know what you trying to do. Are you trying to go home? Because if you trying to go home, our best defense is use motherfucking what Vonnie said against him. That is our best defense. He's saying you did it. He's saying he did everything and you paid him. What you trying to do, man? You trying to go home? I think shit. Man, y'all crazy. Durk ain't said a goddamn thing. Durk's lawyer said that Vonnie said he did it. Because Vonnie said he did it. Vonnie pled guilty, yo. He gonna be the dumbass nigga. Only niggas go to jail is the niggas that pled guilty. Everybody else gonna get found not guilty. Stupid ass. Niggas is stupid. You don't cooperate with them people, man. That's crazy. Yeah, Dottie, but... Yeah, Donnie, Durk ain't make no statement, man. And you can't snitch the lawyer can't snitch for you. Like, I don't know where people got that from. The lawyer can't snitch for you. Like I told y'all, if there's evidence, like, it gotta be a defense. All right, let me use my case for example, right? The evidence in my case was you had one dude kills a dude. I got locked up 2 years later. Well, a year later. for the same. I got so all right. You got my peoples get shot in 2004 out Baltimore County. In 2005, somebody that supposed to had something to do with my little cousin getting shot, he ends up dead, right? In 2006, my little cousin's stepbrother, who was supposed to be the original target of the first shooting of my little cousin, he kills a dude for I don't know why. I don't know what he did this shit for. He gets locked up, right? In order, so when he gets locked up for his murder, right? He was already a suspect in the murder that happened after my little cousin got shot. You follow me? So he tried to get a deal. So in his murder case, he was facing the death penalty. He's facing the death penalty because it's a law in Maryland called felony murder. It's when you rob somebody and kill him. He killed the dude, took his car. That qualifies you for the death penalty. Now, are you going to get the death penalty? It's up to the governor, whoever the fuck it's up to. But it was on the table for him. So in order for him to try to get out of his situation, he implicates me, my other cousin, and my other cousin. Now it's 4 of us on this case. Now, mind you, the one that implicated everybody ain't have nothing to do with the case. I think he was coerced because the information that he had to been there to know. And mind you, he wasn't there to know. You understand? So we all gets locked up. This is in 2005, like a month after he get booked. We all gets locked up, me and my 2 cousins. I bonds out. I catch $100,000 bond, right? Because based off the evidence, and this is what I be telling y'all about bonds, this is how I know some of these things. What goes into a bond or consideration for a bond is the evidence, your role, criminal history, and ties to the community. It's 4 things that goes into if you're going to receive a bond or not, as well as the charge, but it's more about your role in the charge as opposed to just the charge in general. So at the time, my role in this crime was just me being there. You feel me? Because when dude got booked, he said that my cousin was the shooter, and I was there, and my other cousin was driving. Right? That was his initial statement that got us locked up. So I bonds out a week before my preliminary. My cousin goes to his preliminary. The case gets dropped on him. My other cousin, they hold him for 6 months. The reason he got held for 6 months is because they found his license on the scene. Now, follow me. The first dude, I told you his statement was, it was me, my cousin, and my other cousin. The cousin who they held for 6 months made statements. His statement was, he didn't do it. Because the first guy's statement was my cousin did it. Now his statement is, no, I didn't do it. He did it, but I was there and my other cousin was there. Me and my other cousin, we don't know nothing. I don't know this nigga. I didn't do nothing that was said. You feel me? It's in paperwork. Right? So that was 2005. Remember I told you, I bonded out a week for the preliminary. My cousin case got dropped at the preliminary. Mine got dropped at the preliminary too, but I already bonded out a week before. Shit was fucked up. Left him out with a whole $10,000 bond. Shit was crazy. I felt bad. The next year, they locks us up again. Mind you, the other nigga that told, he been locked up because he fighting a whole nother murder. So the whole time he in there fighting this murder, he is having these meetings with the police. I don't know how many times he sat with these people. So 06 come around, almost a year to the day. They lock up me, my 2 cousins again. Now, the difference in evidence is Now, the guy that said that he knew everybody that did it, now he's saying he did it. No, it wasn't double jeopardy. That's why I learned the value. I thought it was, but it wasn't. So it's not double jeopardy until you get indicted. We never got indicted. Case got dropped at the preliminary. And my other cousin, he never got indicted either. So the new evidence is he did it and we was with him. Now the story is making sense to the police because my other cousin that got booked said he did it too. You follow me? So let me rewind it. When it first happened, the dude Alvin said my cousin did it. My cousin got booked and said Alvin did it. Now Alvin, a year later, said he did do it, which corroborates his story. You get me? Now me and my other cousin, we just monkey in the middle. We don't know nothing. You feel me? So if my case was to go to court, right? All right, so let me progress it a little bit more. So 8 months go past, time go past, they start offering deals. They try to get me to give a statement for 20 years. That was their offer. You give us a statement, we'll give you no more than 20 years. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I don't know nothing to give y'all no statement. You feel me? Now, after this, I finds out my cousin takes a deal. This is probably like 2 months later. So it went from them trying to get me 20 years to off for a statement to now they want 10 years with 5 suspended. Because remember, dude said he was the shooter. Mind you, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. I don't know where he got, I think he was coerced. I don't know where he got all this information from. But now he's saying he the shooter. My cousin cops out on niggas. Mad as a bitch. I'm fucking furious. I just told this nigga we gonna fight it. Yo, not credible. How the fuck is he the shooter? He wasn't there. That shit gonna get exposed. We gonna beat the case. He gets scared for whatever reason because they found his license at the scene. But not at the scene, just around the scene. You feel me? And it was tampered with evidence because somebody else actually found it and brought it to the attention of the police. It was a lot in our favor. But for whatever reason, he cops out. Part of his deal is he's going to testify against, so now it's only 2 of us, because he already pled guilty, the one that got booked originally for the other murder. Now my cousin, he ends up pleading guilty. So his deal is to testify against me and my other cousin. So now it's just us 2. Now, if this case was to go to trial, right, what would my defense be? My defense would be, maybe he did do it, but I wasn't there. I didn't tell this to the police. I didn't tell this to the detectives. This is my lawyer trying to get their client out of this situation by using what's already been said on the record by other people to create reasonable doubt for me. That's what Durk is doing in this case, man. I hope that made sense to people. That's my only defense. That would be my only defense. I got this guy saying he's the shooter. This guy saying he was the co-conspirator. I'm not saying nothing. But in order to create reasonable doubt to the jury, we have to create an alternative theory. So let's take their statements as fact. Maybe he was there. Maybe he was the shooter. But you don't have no proof that my client did anything. Because my client ain't say anything. That's what Durk doing with Vonnie, man. It's the same exact thing, yo. Vonnie said he did this, that, and the third. I didn't say nothing. Well, my shit never went to trial. But Durk didn't say nothing. He didn't say anything. He's just using Vonnie's story to create doubt for him. That's it, y'all. That's the easiest. I can't. It's no other way I can explain it, y'all. If people just don't get it, then maybe just y'all just want to call him a snitch. But that's what happened, y'all. That's the only defense. He don't have another way to defend himself. When you got Vonnie who admitting everything and saying he paid me. Y'all gotta remember Vonnie is admitting everything and saying Durk paid him. Yo, what the fuck can I say outside of, hey, maybe he did do it, but I ain't give him nothing. And if y'all saying I gave him something, you gotta prove it. You can't just take his word. Where's the payment? Where's the conversation? Is it on video? Is it on wiretap? Is it in text messages? If y'all don't got none of that, man, y'all need to fucking find me not guilty, man. Straight up. Rap lyrics ain't gonna do it. Well, it shouldn't do it, but it's still early in the case, so. How yeah, Gucci rap? What you mean? Gucci gave statements. Durk didn't give any statements, Don. Gucci gave statements to law enforcement. Durk ain't give no statements to law enforcement. It's like Durk is trying to convince the jury that he's not guilty. He's trying to create doubt. That's all Durk doing. Yo, why are these kids still woke? What time is it? Yeah. Jam did wrong, yo. It just goes into what I be saying, trust God's time. Yo, snitches lack accountability. First one he told right away. Oh, all right. That probably is how it happened. When Vonnie got booked, he told. That's why they grabbed Durk. Vonnie a hoe ass nigga. Yeah, though, y'all. It's a dirty game, y'all. You said it's early in the case. They recorded themselves in Gucci case. Yeah, but Gucci still gave statements. Gucci ain't have to do none of that. Like, if they can have you in 4K and you can deny that's me. Now, this what I'm ready to say too. Let's talk about the Gucci case. Like, the whole situation I had with Byron Blake, right? My man Yo fell out. It was about the Gucci and Pooh Shiesty case. Now, I can tell the police that that's not me. You understand? So if I was involved, say I was Big 30, right? We seen evidence. We seen the footage. We seen the screens. We seen some of the evidence that they got. We even seen the video, right? So the police come at me with this information. To the police, I can deny it all. That ain't me. That ain't me. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. Yeah, but when you get in front of that jury, that's not an adequate defense. When they see the pictures, so you're gonna have to you have to switch it up a little bit. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there, but I was there to record music. That's your defense. That's not snitching. That's your defense to create reasonable doubt for the prosecution. I mean, for the jury. That ain't telling. That's what me and Byron Blake keep like, oh, that's not telling, yo. Telling is done to law enforcement. Telling is done to prosecutors. When we in trial, when we in court, we try to create reasonable doubt. In Pooh Shiesty, in Big 30 case, we try to get a bond. So if all the evidence say Pooh Shiesty did this, Pooh Shiesty did that, if this is what the evidence says, and it just says my client just gave him a bag, we ain't saying there was no gun in there. Yo, then yo, I deserve a bond, yo. That ain't snitching, man. It's not telling. I'm glad you brought that up. Cause that was the beef that man Yo had. And he was dead wrong. Just so he get locked in the story. Yo, but what if the evidence, like you can't, like if they got me on 4K camera, my defense can't be that's not me, yo. You feel? Not to the jury. Not to the jury. These are people. These things. Just the fuck you mean that ain't you? You gonna get found guilty fast as a bitch. The fuck, man, that shit look like you to me. But what you can say is, yeah, I was there. I was there. You got, yeah, I was there. You don't say this to the police though, cause that's snitching. But to the jury, that's gonna get a chance to review the evidence, you're gonna have to admit you was there if they got you on camera. And they see your face. But what you can say is, yo, I ain't know no robbery was gonna take place. I ain't know it was no Draco in that bag. This is what your lawyer is gonna say. To create doubt. To get you a not guilty. That's how that go, y'all. That's not snitching, man. Because the reason why it's not snitching is because in order for that to be snitching, the federal government or the state would have to accept that story. You know, when you snitch, that's the government accepting your story as fact. Right? That's the state or the government accepting your version of events as fact. That's a snitch. Jam is a snitch because the government believes him. Vonnie is a snitch because the government believes him. They don't believe that shit Big 30 saying. They don't believe what Durk is saying. They still saying, man, he lying. He did that shit. In Big 30 case, they said, man, you knew it was a drink in that motherfucking bag. You ain't come there to record no music. You came there to rob Gucci. Y'all understand what I'm saying, man? In order for that to be telling, the government will have to adopt that theory as fact and use that theory to convict others. And that's not what's happening in the Durk case. That ain't what's happening in Big 30 case. They still saying Big 30 knew it was a Draco in that bag. They still saying Durk knew about this whole plot to kill whoever and Durk financed it. They still saying that shit, man. It's not telling, man. Yeah, but I gotta get in the shower, y'all. It's 11:23. I appreciate y'all as always, man. Make sure I hit that like button. Make sure y'all. I hope this provides some type of clarity. If not, then you ain't gonna get a better understanding on this internet outside of me. You feel me? So it is what it is, and I'm out.